Place, welcome back. This is Sandy saying hello. Today is Sunday, and I just want to show you guys this delicious gravy that I am making to go with ravioli. So it's been a while since I've done gravy and meatballs for ravioli, like a traditional Italian Sunday dinner. And I thought today would be the day. Now, some people, different regions of Italy, they call it sauce or gravy. My family was from Fondi. And I don't know if it's a Fondi thing or just my family, but we just call it gravy. So, and yes, if we're referring to brown gravy, like for mashed potatoes or turkey gravy, we just call it brown gravy. So, sorry, but that's the way we do it. So, in here I have 2 cans of pastine kitchen-ready tomatoes and 1 can of tomato paste. This is a 5-quart crock pot. I do prefer doing it on top of the stove, but I have some other things I have to tend to today, and I just thought it would be easier for me if I did it in the crock pot. So on the bottom of the pan, the bottom of the crock pot, I heated it up well. I put some real good olive oil, crushed garlic, basil, oregano, parsley, salt, pepper, and a little bit of red pepper. And I waited till that got sizzling hot, and then I put in the kitchen-ready tomatoes and the tomato paste. I stirred it once or twice, and I'm just going to let that simmer. Now over here, I'm making my meatballs. So I never use just plain ground beef. I use the pork, veal, and beef combo with some Italian bread, 1 egg, grated parm, salt and pepper, oregano, basil, parsley, and I'm going to crush up some garlic in my garlic crusher. My garlic press. I got this from Pampered Chef years ago, and I love it. I love this thing. I don't like my garlic or anything like that done ahead of time because it loses something. I just like to, crush it fresh when I'm cooking or as I'm cooking. And I'm using real fresh herbs, things that I grew and dehydrated over the winter. So I'm going to go mix this up, and I'll be right back to show you what they look like. Okay, so I mixed all this up. I added in my crushed garlic, freshly crushed, as always best. And it's better than chopping, in my opinion. I just think that you get more of the juices, if you will, or oils from the garlic. And it just has a much better taste as opposed to chopping. Now, don't get me wrong. I do chop my garlic now and then. There is one ingredient that I left out of this recipe and my gravy recipe, but I'm going to roll these meatballs. I'm going to get them ready to fry up a little bit, and I will be back to finish off the video and let you guys know what that secret ingredient is. But while I'm doing that, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and if you'd like to subscribe, you are more than welcome to just hit the subscribe button, and you'll be notified of all my videos. I do a lot of frugality, cooking, reading, decorating, crafting. Whatever happens in my place is what I do. So that's why it's called Mimi's Place. I'm going to go roll the meatballs, and I'll catch you guys in a second. Okay, so the meatballs are rolled out. I have some in my frying pan. It's on kind of low with just some olive oil. I am telling you guys, yes, you can throw them right in with the sauce and let them cook. But there is something about the meatballs when they're lightly fried on both sides. They just taste amazing. I have a few extra that I'm going to be putting in. And yes, those tiny little meatballs, that's for our Italian chicken soup this week. So you want to make sure that you're using a good olive oil. And I have a plate to let them sit on. I like to make sure they're completely cooled before I put them into the gravy, in a hot gravy, because they will just fall apart. So that's what my mom taught me. Now, my mom's Middle Eastern, but I'll tell you, my grandmother taught her how to make all this Italian stuff, and it is really, really good. There's nothing my mother made that wasn't good. Now, these meatballs are a little bit softer when you're making them. You got to be kind of careful. Like, they may not come out perfectly round, but I'm going to tell you, it is well worth doing it this way because with this meat, the veal, the pork, and the beef ground together, this is 1 pound, it just makes a much tastier, softer, more succulent meatball. So I even use this for my meatloaf. That's what I use. I don't use just regular ground beef. So I'm going to let these finish frying up. I'm going to take them out and let them cool on the dish when they're done. And I'm going to come back. Oh, and I promise you guys, I am going to leave the recipe for my gravy sauce and my meatball recipe in the description below. Because I think if you're making something that you're so proud of, you know, show everyone how you're making it and share the recipe with them. You know, why not? So be kind. Don't be a Scrooge with your recipes or your tips and tricks. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back, and the meatballs are all done. Like I said, they are lightly fried on each side. When they completely cool, I will put them into the crock pot with gravy. But in the meantime, if you know, you know. Here goes. Oh, this gravy is so good. Okay, so the secret ingredient that I like to put in my gravy and in my meatballs is a little shot of red wine. Okay, so there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.